Closely.
A released Gitmo detainee apparently back on the battlefield. Ibrahim al Qosi was an aide to Osama bin Laden. When he was released 4 years ago, his lawyer said his client was looking for a peaceful life in Sudan. Now he has appeared in propaganda videos for Al Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. Chuck Nash, retired Navy captain, Fox News military analyst. Sir, good morning to you. I think folks like you would have said you saw this one coming. What now?
Well, I mean, you know, when the train's coming down the track and the lights blinking and the gongs are going off and the horns are going off, yeah. And the more of these people we let go at this point, the worse it's going to be. And the reason is you got about a 35 to 40% recidivism rate of the early releasees. Now you're down to the bottom of the barrel with guys like Al Qosi. And so as these folks get released and there's more pressure to release even more of them, you can expect that recidivism rate to go up.
Meaning that these were the hard ones, right? I mean, they let the easy ones go, like, okay, you're cool.
Right.
I trust it, and I trust you, and...
Well, I wouldn't go that far to say we trust them, but what we do is they have a review at least once every year, and each detainee is evaluated for, number one, is he a continuing threat? Does he pose a continuing threat to the United States or our allies? Two, does this guy have any continuing intelligence value? And three, has he been a good prisoner? In other words, not caused a lot of problems, spit on guards, do all kinds of things like that. If, in the opinion of the review board, that this guy is okay, then, or acceptable, then they'll put him on the release list. Then you just have to find a country that's willing to take him.
You know, I tell you what, Captain, AQAP is out of Yemen. AQAP was Anwar al-Awlaki, the American born in New Mexico. AQAP, they're the experts at bomb making. So now you've got Qosi on video, and apparently a lot of them, directing his angst toward Saudi Arabia, toward the West, and not hiding from it.
No. And that's core al-Qaeda teaching. Because what they wanted to do first was take down the near enemy, which are the regimes primarily in the Gulf, the Saudi regime being numero uno. The reason why they want to take those down is because those guys down is because they sit on the land of the two holy sites, Mecca and Medina. So this is the battle for the true believers, Bill. And as ISIS cropped up because they saw themselves as even truer believers. They saw al-Qaeda as being soft with a bunch of old men hiding in Pakistan somewhere. And they wanted to be out, so they brutally came out and got themselves in the headlines. This is an inner struggle, not just the Sunni-Shia struggle. This is an inner struggle inside Sunni Islam for dominance. And so this is not going to get any better anytime soon.
As it applies to us, Captain, bring it back here for a second. They're trying to empty Gitmo, the administration is.
Right.
So they're cutting deals with all kinds of countries all over the world where they can cut a deal. Ghana took at least one, perhaps more.
Right.
But we don't have the details for why that deal was reached. It could have been as simple as a payment to get someone back overseas, correct or not?
It could have been, because this is all now being pushed politically. It has been since the President of the United States on day one said, I'm closing Gitmo. And now he's finishing up his second term. Gitmo's still open, and we are trying to flush people out of there because we're trying to get it down to, when I say we, the administration is trying to get it down to the point where you have just so few people left. You say, hey, look, here's the bill for keeping this place open, okay? We've got X number of guys in there. Divide X into that number. That's a big number. Why don't we just move them to the United States, incarcerate them here in our prison system? And let me tell you what's going to happen the first time that occurs. The first one of those guys that sets foot on American soil, you're going to have the left and the ACLU and everybody demanding that guy be given constitutional rights. They're going to want rules of evidence in a court of law, and maybe they didn't pick all that stuff up in the battlefield. There wasn't time. We didn't pull these people out of falafel lines.
I think you're right about that, yeah. One last point here. Ryan Morrow, National Security Analyst, Clarion Project. I don't know if you know him or not, but he was quoted on our website, foxnews.com, in an article. Quote, I would not be surprised if one day the chief of Al Qaeda is someone who was released from Gitmo. Is that possible? Have you thought about that?
Yeah, it is possible, because these guys, because they're Gitmo graduates, a lot of them are lettermen, and they come back into the fold, and it's as if they went through hell, and now they're back out, so they've got real street cred. And Ayman al-Zawahiri has been the #2 in al-Qaeda for a long time. They're looking to again, this struggle between themselves and ISIS for dominance, and they're going to be pulling these graduates, so to speak, back out and
a lot of people are going to die along the way. Captain, I'm out of time, but thank you for yours. Chuck Nash there in Washington, thank you.